Welcome to The Cauldron, a podcast hosted by Ed Bolden-Greer, the creator of Ravens Vail. In each episode, Ed will have free-flowing conversations about horror, life, culture, and personal growth. Expect to hear from storytellers, authors, horror experts, life gurus, thought leaders, and influencers. The Cauldron is a place where concoctions of a lot of ideas are brewed down to potions that are sometimes important and useful, sometimes eccentric and bizarre, but always just what you need. The Cauldron podcast may contain explicit language and thematic elements not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back to the Ravens Vail Cauldron Podcast, where the whispers of ancient wisdom mingle with the warmth of our close-knit community as we gather around the mystical flames. Here in this sanctuary of sorcery, we stoke the embers of curiosity and ignite the fires of imagination. I'm your host, Ed Bolden-Greer, and I'm joined by my partner in the paranormal, Jacob Garner, a.k.a. Frady Cat.
Hello, everyone.
Together, we'll be brewing up a concoction of topics that resonate with the soul and spark the imagination. So as the cauldron simmers, sit back, relax, and let the magic unfold.
In today's thrilling episode of the Ravens Vail Cauldron Podcast, we have a special treat for you. As promised in our Jacob's Haunting series, this past Saturday, we embarked on a paranormal investigation, and I dove in headfirst. Join Ed and me as we recount this wild adventure. Plus, we'll be sharing some fascinating audio clips from the investigation. You won't want to miss it.
Hey, Jacob. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Looks like you worked out this morning.
I work out every morning. No, I mean, it was a good workout, but more importantly, last night I watched a horror movie that I had never seen, but is a cult classic.
Which horror movie was that?
The original 1980 Friday the 13th.
Oh, it's so good. I like all of that franchise, but the original is so good.
I don't know why, but I didn't expect it to be as gory as it was, actually.
Cha, 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 cha.
I had no idea that that's where that soundbite came from.
It's so good. I've probably watched it 10 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. The Camp Crystal Lake references I see around here now, pretty funny to me.
Did you not understand my Halloween costume last year?
I realized that I understood tangibly the reference, but now that I've watched the movie, it's an even better costume.
For those of you who don't know, I dressed up as a Camp Crystal Lake counselor last year, along with dressing up like Sam. So, the world.
It's crazy, man.
I'm exhausted. Am I saying that every time?
Every time. We should just have that as a little button, like an easy button. Like I'm
exhausted.
Real quick, I know that you typically intake different parts of the news than I do.
Different sections. Parts of the news than you do.
I just wanted to bring up really quick. Did you hear about the gentleman, the son of El Chapo Guzman, who was the head of the Sinaloa cartel? Did you see what news he came out with today?
No. Where do you get this stuff?
A couple of different sources. I think it's fun to bring up topics like this because sometimes you sound like a crazy conspiracy nut. And
I do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
And I think it's really cool sometimes when something kind of gets verified. So long story short,
wait, you're saying that I'm a conspiracy nut. I've always said that about you.
I tell the truth. I don't know what you're talking about. No.
I hate you.
I know. So apparently there was the capture of a Mexican drug lord. His name was Ismael, nickname El Mayo Zambada.
That sounds infamous.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun name. He was the son of El Chapo Joaquin Guzman, who listeners may remember. He's the guy that was notoriously famous for breaking out of prisons. He was that dude that disappeared in the hole in the ground in that prison and got out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, they captured him a couple more times, and now he's in what's known as the Alcatraz of Colorado It's secured Supermax. It's where they kept the Unabomber.
Oh.
The Unabomber and a couple of the architects of the 9/11 attacks as well. So anyway, his son took over the mantle after he got captured. Well, a couple of weeks ago, like last month, as the time of this recording, El Mayo was captured in Mexico and extradited and brought to the United States, which was a huge deal at the time. They captured him alive. So for those who don't know, the Sinaloa cartel is almost single-handedly controlling the drug flow from all parts of South and Central America into the United States. They are one of the largest contributors to the fentanyl crisis that we see today, okay? This guy is not a good guy, but he released a public letter yesterday morning, I believe, that all but basically said, one, that he was kidnapped against his will in Mexico and brought to the United States. So, that's kind of a bad look on us. But also, he claims that more than half of the people on his personal payroll in the Sinaloa cartel were also on government payrolls in the Mexican government.
Really?
He is alleging in this letter, which you can find online, he's alleging in this letter that it was a very well-known business practice that the cartels worked hand in hand with the Mexican government in order to keep their drug operations alive and well. All they had to do was grease the hands of the people that were in charge of stopping it. That includes Border Patrol. That includes the actual military that operates a little bit as like a police force in Mexico as well. Top to bottom, it's rotten. And I find it interesting because El Mayo, he knows that he's being nailed to the wall. Like, he knows that he's not getting out now, right? So since he knows that he's screwed, it's kind of like a dead man's switch where he's just going to blow up everybody around him now too. Like, okay, here's how bad it is.
Yeah.
He's even alleging that the former president of Mexico was on his payroll, which is pretty scandalous.
It is. I just looked it up because I had no idea, and I'll put that link. It's a CBS article.
Yeah.
I'll put that link in the show notes.
Well, speaking of international stuff, we'll hop to a little bit of a happier topic. The Olympics are over.
The USA won the Olympics.
That's right, baby.
40 gold medals.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we tied in gold medals with China, but we had 40 gold medals, 40 silver medals, 42 bronze medals for a total of 126 medals. China, like I said, tied us for gold, but they only had 91 medals. Not that that's anything to
scoff at.
No,
absolutely.
Way to go, China.
Yeah.
But way to go, USA.
I just looked it up, too. The United States has placed first in overall medal count for the Summer Olympics 19 times.
Woohoo!
You know what's even crazier to think about? So there was a little bit of a controversy. China probably would have won the gold medal count with exactly one gold medal had this thing not happened. So their ping pong or table tennis is an Olympic sport.
It is.
If you've not watched Olympic table tennis, it is intense. It is not just this little party game you play in the college dorms. Well, there was a doubles Chinese duo for table tennis, and they crushed it and won gold. So they were getting ready to take their photos holding the Chinese flag, and the primary athlete, who was definitely the better of the two, had a singles match after this, okay? He hands his paddle to a photographer so that way they can take the photo holding the flag. The photographer drops the paddle and it breaks it. And then you can see this live reaction on the athlete's face. It looks like somebody just shot his dog in front of him. That's a very big deal.
It is.
He then went on to lose the singles match. There's a very real possibility, had that not happened, we would have lost the gold medal count.
The one thing that I think overshadowed this Olympics in Paris is all the controversy, all the people getting like disqualified for things that in the past have not been reasons to be disqualified for. So I think it was a very interesting, beautiful Olympics.
Yeah.
the opening show, the opening ceremonies, all of that. But
Closing ceremony was cool too.
I didn't get to see the closing ceremonies.
Oh, bro, you should totally watch it.
I'll go back and watch it. But here again, go USA.
Yeah.
Hey there, family. It's Krista Newby, the voice of Sybil. We wanted to tell you about a very special company called Memory Alchemist. Memory Alchemist is an enchanting company that creates unique small batch hand-poured candles, wax melts, and room sprays. Say goodbye to candles that cause allergies or fill your space with unwanted pollutants. Memory Alchemist candles are crafted with the utmost care using high-end coconut and apricot wax blends and the cleanest fragrance oils. Breathe in the captivating scents without worrying about respiratory issues. But we're not just talking about fragrance. Memory Alchemist candles are adorned with exquisite graphics that perfectly match each scent, telling a unique story. It's a delightful blend of sight, scent, and imagination. Light up your world with Memory Alchemist. Discover the art of scent and storytelling. The scent of imagination. You can visit the Memory Alchemist website at www.memoryalchemist.com and tell them Ravens Vail sent you.
Talking about all those numbers reminds me of I read an article in the New York Times this morning, and it had a list of all of the major polls for the presidential campaign, and it shows Harris leading Trump by +3 to 5% margins.
Yeah, and a lot of the battleground states, like three of them.
Three of the battleground states, yep.
Which is so reassuring. I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams seeing this many people energized on the Democrat side. It seemed like we were all kind of doing a death march to the ballot box, and I'm going to hold my nose and vote.
Yep.
But now, I mean, I even have one of my partners actually was talking to their coworkers who were, and I don't mean this disparagingly, it's just the term that they use in the political sphere, low information voters. So they were in their mid-20s. They have no idea what either candidate stands for, and they themselves were choosing to not vote. But my partner is encouraging them to vote, actually got them registered to vote as well, and I think that would have been a harder thing to do had Biden still been in the race. You know what I mean? Yes.
I have a beautiful friend who lives in Paris, Tennessee. I may have spoken about her before. She has a very large family, and she's Republican or was Republican. She has a gay son, daughters, granddaughters. She was once the secretary of the Republican Party in Tennessee, an elected position. And she's all out for Kamala.
Really?
Yeah, all out.
Did she say why?
She doesn't want rights taken away from her gay son and his partner or her daughters or granddaughters.
Yeah.
You know? Plus she loves me, you know? But I really have been watching a lot of media, and I haven't contributed because I have decided this year I'm going to work behind the scenes, if you will, on campaigns. And I'm seeing so many people who voted for Trump originally, who have, in their own words, they thought a successful businessman would be a great change for Washington. Except now they're seeing that he's not a successful businessman and that he's, in the words of one of the TikTok creators, a psycho. And she's in her 70s.
Wow.
So we're seeing things switch. I think I said when you came in, you said, how was I doing? And I said, I'm really tired of people.
Yeah.
Okay. And in my position in this world, in this society, I encounter people who have lost the ability to be compassionate. It's like after 2020, we lost the ability to know how to act or react.
Yeah.
Everything's exaggerated. So I think we need a calming spirit about us.
I think that we're definitely seeing the pendulum swing from far-right extremism and now it's swinging on back.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to be a part of it, honestly.
Well, speaking of that calming spirit, it's not going to be calm in Knoxville for the next few days.
Nope.
University of Tennessee students are moving back into housing, or the first-year students are. This weekend, it'll be returning students. And on August 31st, the University of Tennessee football season starts. We'll have a sea of orange.
That's right. Go Vols, baby.
Go Vols.
I'm so excited. I think we play UTC.
Yep.
You know, and I will say, University of Tennessee Chattanooga, one of their students medaled in weightlifting. She is from the University of Tennessee Chattanooga, so that
Way
close
to, go
to home.
UTC.
That's what I'm talking about. I hope you guys lose in the football game.
Yes,
but
please lose in the football game.
Maybe they put her as a nose guard. She's pretty strong, apparently. So,
no. Let's say we win fair and square.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, Jacob, are you ready to talk about this past Saturday?
I actually am really excited.
This past Saturday, we put together, over the past couple of months, a phenomenal team of paranormal investigators, most of which had never done a paranormal investigation.
Yeah.
And on Saturday, we went into the place we were going to investigate, and we did the paranormal investigation. Now, I'm going to say I have been in this place a lot.
Yeah.
And I have felt things and know that there are spirits there. Okay. But I was shocked at how much of what I thought I knew didn't show up, but things I was not expecting did show up.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm going to ask you some questions. By the way, we're going to infuse this whole next segment where we're talking about the paranormal investigation with some of the sound clips or audio clips from that night.
Yeah, we had microphones attached to ourselves and did some on-site recording for what we were thinking in the moment as we experienced it as well.
Yep.
And it'll just be sprinkled in.
We also did some video recording, and we kept it fairly dark, so there's not a lot of video that you can see stuff on. Our headquarters that night, you could see in the headquarters, so you could see that, but you could hear us very well. We did an investigation both inside and outside the facility.
Yes.
And I guess the best place for us to start would be from the start. So I was leading the investigation. This was probably my 12th, or Jacob wanted to make it my 13th investigation because of the number 13. He was excited. We started with some basic instructions, like I was not allowing anybody to do jump scares, even though there was a jump scare that wasn't an intentional jump scare.
It was very unintentional.
It was funny.
It was funny.
Well, probably not for you.
Not in the moment, but immediately after, I chuckled pretty hard.
So that was pretty much the rule, and that we were going to keep our voices down, and we were going to listen, and we were going to talk about the things that we felt, or saw.
All right, this is Jared and Starla. We're going to take a tour through the clinic now.
I do know there's someone with me on Friday nights, and I would like to know who you are and why you like to protect me.
I gotta see what they were saying about this hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely getting heavier.
It's getting heavier. I feel it every night when I close on Friday nights. However, I've never felt in danger.
Right.
I just felt like something is here. There's something right here, right in front of me.
I'm gonna be honest, I just freaked myself out a lot because my shadow is casting down the hall a little bit.
Oh, it's not your shadow. There's something on the floor. It's not like I can't go any further. It's like I feel disrespectful if I go further. Like I am intruding if I go further.
Okay. You want to go back the other way then?
I kind of want to know why this is sacred back here. But yeah, we can go around the other way and see if I can.
Do you want to ask?
Why is this sacred to you? Why do you hold this as a place of safety? Do you mind if we pass? The floor is a lot lighter for some reason. Like, I can't describe it.
It's okay. You feel like you have permission to walk through now?
I feel like I have permission, but it's still one of those, like, I think they just granted it because I asked.
Okay, so do you want to go around or do you want to go through?
Let's at least walk to the door frame. I think that this is okay.
Okay, so we're going to be approaching the door frame that, and the corner that Ed was saying he was having some issues with earlier.
Is it okay if we take a step to the doorway?
I'm going to be honest, I can sort of see what Ed was saying about this corner. It feels,
Heavy.
yeah, like very intense.
Yeah. I feel like it's guarding something. I'm going to poke my head around the corner. We mean you no harm. We just want to experience and walk through. It's heavy right here, though. Can you shine right there at the door for the room number 4? It's standing here. Like it's walking with us. But
Okay.
I don't know, it's not bad. Again, it feels like it's protecting something. But it's just the feeling I'm getting.
We're now approaching room 5 where V and Ed were saying they were having problems earlier. Yeah, room 5's kind of wigging me out right now.
I think it's whatever's there is bouncing in this entire area.
Let's walk this way.
This way?
Yeah, towards the nook area.
Everything just lightened up.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. We're now walking up by room 6 in the laundry room area.
I don't feel anything in here. I would like to walk back through here with Ed.
I'm not feeling what they were feeling, but I
No.
definitely understand that it definitely feels very different than the hallway itself.
Yeah.
We gave you a very special gift that evening.
Yes, you did. I think I'll just go ahead and tell the listeners what it was. They were so lovingly concerned about my reaction during this paranormal investigation that they, by they I mean Jared and Ed, purchased me a gift, a little peace offering of boxers that were brown. So that way, if I shit myself.
Well, we didn't want you to be embarrassed, or it was about the announcement that we're going to take you to Brown Mountain.
Yeah, there you go. Either way, it's a sweet gift. I'm actually wearing them right now, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Very comfortable. Very comfortable. Great to work out in. And
Excellent.
I guess great to do paranormal investigations in it as well.
So we had cameras, as I said, all around the site, and we were carrying audio devices,
Mhm.
and we were all mic'd with the audio devices.
Flashlights as well.
Flashlights, high-powered flashlights.
Very high-powered flashlights.
And I guess the best place for us to start would be to go to the outside and work our way in.
Yeah.
So the outside team was Miss Veronica,
Mhm.
you, and myself. And we went out and we, of course, walked the perimeter. On this property, there's a dry creek bed, and there's a dumpster in one corner. And that's where most often all of the people who are sensitive say that they feel the 17-year-old girl. from the
Yes.
Civil War times.
Yes.
And so we went out there, and of course we were not trying to provoke any of the entities or spirits, whatever term you want to use, but we were giving them opportunity because we were out to see and feel what we could see and feel.
Of course. But we were all very respectful.
Yes.
No challenging whatsoever.
Right. We didn't challenge them in any way. So we were out at the dumpster area at the dry creek bed, and it was a very still night, very quiet, considering the interstate was just there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nice, warm night. It was not uncomfortable at all.
It was comfy.
And as we walked out, originally, Jacob and Veronica got a little concerned.
Yeah, we got scared real quick.
Of what turned out to be a road sign that had been washed during the floods into that dry creek bed and was kind of standing up on its end, if you will, to where only a small bit of the reflective tape could be seen. And truly, I knew that it was there. I didn't think about telling you guys, but I'd taken something out to the trash that day, and at night it looked like two eyes.
Yeah, it does. And ironically, too, the street sign itself has a sign on it that says dead end. Me and V, we were walking out to the parking lot during this section of the investigation, and I froze and like shoved my hand. I was like, oh shit, do you see that? Because our flashlight hit it.
Yep.
And then Ed kind of laughed. He's like, that's the sign. Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Well, we also have some wild animals that are over by the dumpster, some raccoons and things like that.
Yeah, it's like a lightly wooded area around this creek bed.
So I could see the concern on your all's face. When Jacob says he was all in, like head first, he literally walked down into the dry creek bed. That's when things got a little weird.
They did. They definitely got a little odd. The moment I crossed and jumped down in there, got a little weird.
Everything kind of seemed to kind of change a little bit, and he started walking towards this tree to not to see anything paranormal, but to walk towards this tree. And all of a sudden, this big gust of air took place. There had been no wind or anything.
No, it was completely still.
And it kind of startled me because I was like, where did that come from? And I asked Jacob to come out of there. The wind died down immediately. Like it was just like...
Yeah, the moment
calm.
I jumped back up into the parking lot out of the creek bed, it stopped.
Yep. And, you know, Jacob is a conspiracy theorist, but he's also a mild skeptic. Like he's scared of all of it, but he wants to understand it. He wants to know about it. But is it real?
Yeah.
You know, those kind of questions. We walk on down the dry creek bed on the outside on the asphalt, and I'm pointing out some things, and there's this big fungus on one of the trees, and Jacob comes over and he starts fingering the fungus.
Yeah.
It's the only way I could say it, because he was like, just, and I'm like, you probably shouldn't touch that. And so he starts leaning on this like branch, and I'm like, that could be poison sumac. And he's like, but it wasn't. And he did something and said something that, I don't know, you'll have to listen to the tape. And then all of a sudden we heard a sound, and it sounded like something got thrown. Or something dropped out of the tree. And at first,
it was right above us.
Right above us. And at first we thought maybe it was a squirrel, but the flashlight can cut through all of those trees. Like, it's not a laser, but it's intense.
It's the brightest flashlight I've ever seen.
I'm a gadget person. And so we were looking in the tree, and there was nothing up there.
No, yeah. We couldn't see a branch that had fallen, didn't see a squirrel.
And we kind of were trying to talk ourselves out of it. And we were like, it could have been a pine cone, but there was no pine cones.
I was going through the list because I was scared. It scared us all.
Oh,
so
it scared me.
I was going through the list. I was like, it could have been a pine cone. So we started looking. There's no pine cones anywhere. You know? So I was running out of excuses real quick.
There was no squirrels anywhere.
Nope, didn't see a bird chilling.
So we thought, oh, okay, well, we're just going to move on.
Yeah.
And so we walked around the rest of the facility and went back inside.
But before we went back inside, you'll note, too, one thing I thought was very interesting. We had walked around the perimeter of where we were at, and as we walked back, we noticed that the tree that we were standing under where we heard that noise and got a little scared.
That's right.
It was the only tree, and they're shoulder to shoulder, these trees, that was being moved by the wind.
Yep,
which
the
is
wind.
really interesting when you consider, too, that there was a
wasn't no
building.
wind.
There was a building flanking it.
Yeah.
And somehow
That tree was moving.
that was the only tree that was moving. And I thought, so we didn't go back to it.
Yeah, we definitely didn't go back outside.
Didn't push our luck.
It's 10:34. I'm Ed Bolden-Greer, and
Hey guys, I'm V.
And this is Jacob.
we are going to do an outside perimeter walk. So we have to go back out here, V, to this creepy hallway. Jacob, we'll let you, if you want to, walk about right there and see if you feel anything. Because that's where we felt it up there.
Definitely feels a little stuffy. These stairs always kind of fuck me up because they feel a little bit longer than they should.
Right there is about where we started feeling it.
It definitely feels stuffier right here. If you want to tap on the vending machine or the wall, we're all ears. We're just trying to be some friends. Smells musty as fuck up here.
Okay, we're going outside now.
It's a creepy ass door sound.
I know. Okay, we are outside. Right beyond the parking lot, there's a wooded creek, a dry creek bank. And we always feel 17-year-old Civil War girl over here. We've done a little kind of seance and found out that she's been just attached to the property here.
Yeah, it's a little fucking spooky for sure. V's pointing out the fact that this road sign says dead end.
Paint? Do you think that's paint?
It's definitely not ectoplasm.
And it's not ectoplasm. I feel something, but to be honest, it's so mixed up. Look back up here, Jacob.
Back up this way.
That tree right there.
Yeah. All
You
right.
find a dead body down there, I'm not coming down to get you. Jacob has walked down into the dry creek bed.
Oh shit! The wind started to
That
blow.
wind
That scared the
feels
shit out of me.
But I don't believe in coincidence. That can't
I don't either. Jacob,
because not a wind has blown.
not a
since we've
wind
out
has been
here.
blowing since we've
Yeah,
been
the
here.
wind just scared the shit out of me.
Well, I'm just telling you, that's weird.
See how it's completely still? There is no residual.
Yeah. There's no air here. Oh, that was a bat.
Yeah,
I saw something flying and then it landed on the tree. It's a little
it
bat.
freaked me out too because I was looking around and I saw some glints and I was like, "The fuck is that?" But it was spider webs.
Yeah. So it feels like something dead
right
here.
now.
I don't know what that is.
It's just
Yeah, it's
there's
not
no
natural
air.
heat
It's
too.
still-
Jacob, come down here. Feel this down
Oh, my
here.
name. What's up?
You're going to hit a very warm spot right here, and there's no reason for it. Feels like something died here. Oh, shit. It's right here. My hand's like tingling right there.
And now the air is starting to blow.
Yeah. Whoa. Did you hear that? Right here. There was something. I heard movement right here. No, it was like,
You know, right before
it's
you
like rustling.
The fuck? Oh, there's something in the fucking.
I told you there was something moving over here,
I just heard a little critter skitter above me.
but I don't see nothing. I heard it too, but I didn't see anything.
Probably, you know how
Like
the
a
branches
acorn or
just.
something?
Yeah. Probably.
it's
Oh,
like
there's a
before.
pine tree right above us. I bet it was a pine cone.
Well, it would have.
There's no pine cone on the floor, on the ground though.
No. Maybe it was a snake.
Ew, dude. That's even creepier.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to keep us safe. I don't know. But I don't see anything up in there. Normally that end doesn't bother me.
But it's
We've
giving
irritated
attention
it.
right now.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of energy.
Oh, see where we're at? That's the only tree that's like kind of moving from the wind. There must be some sort of current. Because look, the ones directly down the way from it aren't moving as much.
You know, it feels very much like it's going. See how that's moving and that's not?
Yeah.
That's moving a lot. Nothing coming
through.
through.
Dead air for a minute. Though.
Yeah. But it is dead right there. It's that next tree. That's dead. There's no movement there. Well, hey there, family. That's where we'll have to pause Jacob's hunting for now. We had planned to bring you the entire adventure in one episode, but as you can tell, Jacob's paranormal adventure is just too rich and thrilling to fit into one single session. But fear not, family. We'll pick right back up where we left off in our next episode. Make sure you tune in next time to Jacob's Haunting Part 2 as we continue Jacob's dive into a paranormal investigation. Now, family, you adults have a few chores to do. Go on over to ravensvail.com and see about doing your chores on social media. Follow us on all the social media platforms we've made available just for you guys. In the meantime, don't forget to like, listen, subscribe, and follow wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you don't mind, please leave us a good rating and a kind comment. You can find the Ravens Vail Cauldron Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Just search for Ravens Vail Cauldron Podcast and make sure you hit the follow button to stay up to date with all the latest episodes.
And family, don't forget to tell your friends about us, won't you?
So until next time, family, see you soon.
The Ravens Vail Cauldron is a production of Small Raven Media. Today's episode was hosted by Ed Bolden-Greer with co-host Jacob Garner. Audio engineering and sound design by Nick Devan at Nicky D Sound. Copyrighted 2024, Small Raven Media. All rights reserved.